Although they are aiming for a level of quality that can be accepted worldwide, the game will not neglect its Japanese fans. They are aiming to create a JRPG that both Japan and the world can be proud of. I got something to say about that. The last time we talked about Tales of Arise was me informing my peoples that the game was delayed because we were like coming up on the end of 2020 and people were like, where is this game? Even though 4 months prior they told us there was going to be an indefinite delay. This time around, I got some better news. Tales of Arise was said to be in the final stages of development in the weekly Famitsu back in December. But before that, it was in the 25th anniversary stream for the Tales of series that the producer, Yusuke Tomizawa, mentioned that the development was progressing well. What's interesting though, right? We're going to look at some of the news articles, but in those articles and in everything that was said between the weekly Famitsu and live stream, there is no date or even window for a release date for this game. So while Tales of Arise is looking like a thing in 2021, there is a chance, however slight, that we won't see it until 2022. I don't know if you guys realize how long it's actually been since this game was announced, right? So I was looking back at some of the previous information they gave us, and I might be onto something. Or not, I don't know. Let's just find out. When you look at what was said during their 25th anniversary live stream, and then you begin looking back to the past and start rebuilding, putting together all the pieces that they've set up previously, you start to see something. My boy Tomizawa starts off this live stream saying, today we won't be able to share new information on our new title for consoles. God dang, bruh. Couldn't have said that for the end or something? I don't know. To the extent that we were quiet in 2020, we are making preparations to share all sorts of new information in 2021. Development is going very well, so I hope you can hold out a little longer for new information. We're preparing all sorts of wonderful news that Tales of fans around the world will get excited about, so please keep us in mind. And this is where it gets interesting. You know, this is the real spot. In the sense that we're having our 25th anniversary. Would I say that today is a turning point? Today, the series is 25 years old. We decided to celebrate the 25th anniversary with you all for 2 years. So we will still have another one left. And I want you all to know that the second half will blow the first half out of the water. So first half was 2020, second half is 2021. My only question on that is, did they just announce the 2-part celebration on this live stream? Because I don't think anybody knew that it was going to be two pieces to it, you know? If you guys have forgotten, because I did, Tales of Arise is a rebirth for the Tales of series. So this kind of connects with this whole 2-year celebration, because for the first half, you just kind of told us about it. The second half, we'll actually see the game, hopefully. I was curious as to what exactly they talked about, what they did, what they showed in this, anniversary live stream, just to find out that nothing was really talked about or shown. So I'm like, what was the point of this? But I feel like this now adds to what Tomizawa just said, right? The second half will blow the first half out of the water. With that being said, there's 2 things that could happen. Tales of Arise does come in 2021. We're all happy. Or they give us Tales of Arise and another remake for an older Tales of game. There's a lot of options that they have. I found out, and Vesperia I think is the most recent one. A lot of hype was around that one. So if they do that as well, that's easily blown out of water. But the other, if it's just Tales of Arise, that's still going to be better than the first half. So we'll see what happens. So swapping over to our second article, Tales of Arise development in the final stages. That's what I like to hear. This piece of information came from the weekly Famitsu versus the other one that came directly from the live stream. More news is coming in the near future. Development is currently in the final stages. The staff is working hard to improve the quality. Although they are aiming for a level of quality that can be accepted worldwide, the game will not neglect its Japanese fans. They are aiming to create a JRPG that both Japan and the world can be proud of. I got something to say about that. Firstly, do you think that's related to gameplay? Maybe not, but that's just kind of where my head goes when they say not neglect its Japanese fans. Because to me, this statement says, while we have Americanized this game, the Japanese audience will still enjoy. That's what I read. And if I were to back up that statement, my point, look at the game's graphics compared to every other Tales of game. Even Berseria, which released in a time when the graphics were higher than what it came out as. That is one area that screams Americanized in a sense. They tend to focus on graphics while the game is dog shit.
Don't even say nothing to me, boy. You look like a motherfucking
So now that we're up to speed with the current events of Tales of Arise, I watched my very first video on this game back in 2019, and I noticed two things. One, I'm an idiot. The worst part about that is that was literally just a year ago. Oh my God. And two, if you ask me, the reveal for Tales of Arise was the true start of the 25th anniversary for the Tales of series. Ultimately, Tales of Arise was supposed to come out in 2020. So when he talks about first half, second half, the first half was supposed to have Tales of Arise, but COVID happened. Their whole intent with that trailer, with that reveal, with that timing was to make a huge impact and have everybody's eyes on the Tales of franchise. And if you ask me, they did just that. But remember, that was the very last E3 potentially ever. E3 2019. It feels like it was just yesterday, and at the same time, it feels like it was forever ago. It's a crazy balance. Tales of Arise is a series rebirth that aims to be a highly immersive experience. Mic drop. Series rebirth, highly immersive. The last area I wanted to discuss for this video is the gameplay. And with that type of opener, let's start right there. I saw somebody say a few months ago that what we've seen for Tales of Arise gives them a Berseria vibe in terms of the combat. Please no. Please no. When I think about Berseria's combat, that doesn't say highly immersive to me. So I don't even think that would be an option. But at the same time, is it? Like, I'm not a good judge because I don't know much at all about the Tales of series. The shortest time that I played Tales of Berseria, I didn't put much effort into trying to learn the combat, but that's because the whole atmosphere itself didn't pull me in, right? I've talked about this before, so I don't want to reiterate myself. Forget this. As we were analyzing the main appeals of the Tales of series, there were many parts that needed to evolve for the future in order to maintain and expand the brand from here on out. We need to also attract the attention, of young players? Boy, what you talking about? That being said, we are challenging ourselves to present something that dares to step back from the traditional conventions of the series in order to attract more players. Young, traditional conventions. Like I said, I'm far from a Tales of expert. I barely know anything. But when you put the pieces together, I don't know, it sounds like real-time combat to me. It looks like it too. I look back at some other popular Tales of series games, along with other ones that you guys suggested to me on Twitter. Go follow me if you don't now. And I was surprised to see that the combat systems for these older ones, remastered ones, whatever, is really not that much different than what Berseria did. I thought it was way more drastic of a change, but it wasn't. And it's like, I don't hate Berseria's combat, it just wasn't for me per se. But I would argue there is a universe out there that Jammer, the boy Jam, is not only a Tales of stan, my whole channel is revolved around Berseria. I promise you that shit exists. It's just not this one. But when I saw that huge similarity in combat systems, the way they're structured, that's where I was like, no. This series is long overdue for a change in its combat. No doubt about it. Especially when you pair the graphics that they're presenting with this one, it just makes a lot of sense to give us that real-time combat. Overall though, I think no matter what they do with it, even if it is like Berseria, I promise you I'll probably still enjoy it because the atmosphere itself has me interested, so I'll fight through it, That's about all I gotta say, man, but I'm very curious if there's any Tales of vets out there, how do you guys feel about the comment? Would you want it to stay how it is? You want it to evolve? Because if you remember the Final Fantasy VII remake situation, a lot of people were mad it went to the way it went, even though I think it was a good balance. So I'm curious how you guys are feeling. But yeah, so that's all I gotta say. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe for more Tales of content. I got other things coming. Digimon, you know the vibe. So hope you guys enjoy. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace. You thirsty. You thirsty.